If you're looking to start building wealth here in 2022, I personally think that building an Amazon business is still one of the best ways to go. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can do that with minimal upfront investment. One of the most common questions I get from a new seller or someone who's interested in trying to figure out how to sell on Amazon is, hey, Rob, how much money do I have to spend to realistically get started? And my answer is always the same. You actually don't have to start with any upfront capital whatsoever. Believe it or not, this is exactly how I started my Amazon business. And in this past year, I've done over $5 million in sales. Now, granted, I am using my own money now, but when I started, it was just more, I was tinkering around, trying to experiment with things, and I wanted to not put a whole lot of my upfront capital there because, quite frankly, I didn't have much money at the time. So obviously that grew, and I'm doing this full time now, and there's a possibility that could be the same outcome for you. So I want to at least emphasize that there's no upfront capital that's required. And the way that we're going to go about building our Amazon business without any capital is by utilizing 18-month interest-free credit cards. Now, Dave Ramsey would not like this advice, but I completely disagree with Dave Ramsey on his view on credit cards. Anyone who is trying to build a business is going to have debt at some point. You're going to have to utilize it to leverage yourself out of the position that you're in. Now, the thing about debt is you have to be very calculated and know exactly what you're doing before you go and start spending money that's not yours. So I'm not advocating to go out and pull out $6,000 from an 18-month interest-free credit card and start spending on inventory without any knowledge of what you're doing. In fact, you should educate yourself first. And what better way to do that than to join the free Facebook group in the link below, where you would have access to a free course that would get you up to speed very quickly and teach you how to do exactly what I'm going to be talking about today in this video. So the idea here is that we are going to be opening up a 18-month interest-free credit card. Now, over here, you're going to see a whole bunch of different offers. You can just Google it, and you will find that there are plenty of credit card companies that will offer this type of opportunity. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that money and invest it in inventory. We're not going to be doing the private label business model. We're going to be doing what's called the wholesale business model on Amazon, or you could do retail arbitrage. Now, if you don't know what retail arbitrage is, that's essentially where you go into retail stores like Walmart, Dick's. You could go to Bargain Hunt or any kind of outlet store where there are sales on inventory. You take the Amazon seller app with you, scan barcodes to see the price that those items in the store are selling for on Amazon. And if there's an opportunity for you to make a profit, then you would buy that item, create a shipping plan on Amazon, send it there, and sell it for a profit. I recommend using the wholesale business model. That's what I teach in the free Facebook group below. I'm not going to get into why you would use that, but that is what I recommend. The one thing to know about selling using retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or the wholesale business model is that there is really no minimum upfront investment required unless you're working with a wholesale distributor who requires you to at least purchase, say, $500 of inventory in order for them to ship to you. So what we're going to be doing, once again, is opening up that interest-free credit card. Then we're going to be using certain tools on Amazon. Now, these tools are ones that I discuss in more detail in that free course, but we're going to be using Keepa and Helium 10, which are going to show us things such as how often a item on Amazon sells, so how many units in a month you could expect to sell, and they will tell you the price history of that item so we can be sure that when we buy this product, right, that the price on Amazon will stay relatively consistent, so we're not buying it when the price is momentarily high and then later once it gets to Amazon and we sell it, it's at a lower price and we're not profitable. Hopefully you're following me there. So we're going to be using tools that tell us the chances that we will be profitable, and the amount of sales we could expect realistically in a month. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to give us the ability to project how much inventory we should buy. Now, if we're using an interest-free credit card and we're using someone else's money to make these inventory purchases, and we have 18 months to pay them back, then as long as we sell through our inventory within that time period, then we're good, all right? We can still pay off that bill and no interest will be charged. Now, Dave Ramsey wouldn't recommend this because for some reason he thinks that credit cards are evil, debt is bad, and that anyone that gets into debt is foolish. I highly disagree. If you're using debt in a very strategic way to help you in your investments, and you're doing it with minimal risk, right? Then I don't see the issue with debt. I think it's a great opportunity. In fact, I wouldn't have a business today that does $5 million in sales per year if I didn't utilize debt. All right, so don't be scared about doing this. Now, once again, that does not mean that you should go out, open up an interest-free credit card and start charging it left and right on things, having no idea what type of return you're going to get, how often those items sell on Amazon, have no idea what you're doing. You need to get a grasp of how to sell on Amazon. But this is a great way to start if you have no money. So if you're in college, if you just started working, if you don't have much savings, but you want to start something, you want to be proactive, you can be, and this is a way to do it. Now, the other important thing is that once you start to invest in inventory and you are using this debt, you cannot give up, right? You cannot just quit in the middle of what you're doing. You have to commit and you have to see it through, or else you could buy inventory. It might sit at Amazon and you could eventually lose your investment if either the inventory expires, it goes bad, or whatever. The chances of that happening are very minimal if you are actively involved in your business. Now, when I say being actively involved in your business, I don't mean that you're going to be spending 20, 30 hours a week doing this. You can actually build a business on Amazon with just 5 to 10 hours a week, and sometimes even less than that. So don't be worried that you're going to have to commit all of your time to building this business or else you'll lose your investment. That's not the case. You can make it a side hustle and really have it go as far as you'd like. And I have a feeling that once you start making money and you taste the blood, there's a chance that you'll be interested in spending a little bit more time building your business and getting to the point where you can have more options in your life. Maybe the option to quit a job or to save money on the side to dump into other investments and continue growing your wealth, or maybe you just will have more money to go on that vacation that you want to go on with your friends, your spouse, or your family. Now, before we leave this video, I wanted to give you a resource that you can use to learn more about how to sell on Amazon. If you would, go and watch this video right here. I promise you the video has almost no fluff in it. It gets straight to the point on how to sell using the wholesale business model. And again, you can go and join the Facebook group in the link below, where there's a free course that will take you through all the steps on how to start an Amazon professional seller account, how to get all the licenses to do the wholesale business model, how to obtain wholesale accounts, and begin purchasing and selling on Amazon. So hopefully you like this video. Hopefully it's very informative. If you're somebody who didn't have a lot of cash, is looking to start a business and be proactive right away, I'm sure that this information is very helpful to you. So go ahead, use it, educate yourself, and begin taking action, because at the end of the day, you can learn as much about this as possible, but it's not until you take action and obtain your own experience that you're going to begin pushing that needle forward. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you have any comments or any questions, just post them below, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. And with that said, I will see you again in the next video.